What up, Laker fam? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers dominate the Pelicans. What was it? What was the final score? I think it was 123 to 108. All right, final score. Great win. All right, great road win. We really won this game though in the first half because let's be honest, the second half was very disappointing. They came out, they stopped playing basketball. They were kind of just playing to maintain the lead. And honestly, I don't like that because I didn't want Anthony Davis to play in the fourth quarter since we have a game tomorrow. Now, we don't know if he'll play tomorrow or not, or if he'll play limited minutes. If I'm the Lakers, I'm playing him tomorrow, and then once we get a huge lead, you bench him. But man, what a great game overall, man. Lakers now tied for number 8 in the West with the Dallas Mavericks, right? So that's huge news for us, man. Very happy about that. Monster games from everybody all across the board. Just they need to do a better job of executing down the stretch. But the Lakers were tremendous. I mean, Anthony Davis, 35 points, 17 rebounds. Did we not call it pregame? We said he would have that type of game. D'Angelo was 17-5, 24, 3-3 from Malik Beasley. Most of those came in the first half. 8 for Troy Brown, 4 for Vanderbilt with 8 rebounds and some solid defense, especially on Brandon Ingram. Austin Reeves with 14 and 5 assists, and then 12 for Rui Hachimura. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures. So those were the keys to pregame. Very excited about that. Now, we knew the Pelicans would come out very determined in that second half, and they sure as heck did because they outscored us by a lot in that third quarter. So signature, horrible third quarter. They scored us by 12 points. And then, they also did the same thing in the fourth quarter. They outscored us by 13 points. Luckily, though, we had so much of a lead that it really didn't discomfort us. We still end up winning by 15 points. Lakers still do what they do. However, we have to work on executing down the stretch of games because there'll be better teams we'll face. And I'm not saying that the Pelicans are a horrible team. They're a pretty solid team this year. But there's going to be better teams we'll face with more dangerous superstars that if you let them come back, they'll smell blood in the water, and they'll even make a full comeback. That would have been atrocious, all right? Now, mind you, this was the biggest lead we've had in over 30 years in the first half. So I'm still very pleased. We control the game from beginning to end, and that's all you can ask for, especially on the road. That's hard to do, right? So credit to the Lakers for doing that. Very excited for the win. And again, we're tied currently, I believe, for number 8 in the West. Let me see. Let me double check that for you guys. But yeah, I believe we're tied for number 8 in the West right now. Now, Trailblazers are up on the Knicks. That's what frustrates me about our loss to the Knicks. Trailblazers up by a lot on the Knicks, and then the Thunder looks like they're going to beat the Nets as well. So we didn't create no separation there. We need the Bucks to beat the Suns. That'll be great. But overall, Lakers are inching their way towards the top with more wins. And then it's crucial that we don't play with our food tomorrow and we beat the Rockets, all right? Because we're currently 9th in the West, tied with the Mavericks for 8th. So we got to keep building on this. I'll be disappointed if AD doesn't play due to some mismanagement down the stretch of games, right? So, Dontario, appreciate you, bro. You said execution was sloppy in the second half. Regardless, we got the win. Yes, sir. That's all that matters. Beasley went off in the first half. D'Lo and AD, they were all amazing in that first half. So, very proud of this team for what they did, man. We'll get that dub. Very excited. Just, commenting on a couple of poor execution down the stretch. Again, we came in that third quarter and we played like we were protecting the lead instead of playing like we were going to build on it. We got to develop that killer mentality. That's what will get us further as a good team. But we are a very good team. I mean, before the trade deadline, we were not destroying teams on the road the way we did the Pelicans tonight. Noel said, Dan the man, great win, boys. Solid bounce back game. Darvin Ham is suspect. He needs improvement. He said, and limit these rookies' coaching mistakes. That is true. That is true, man. Some of the timeouts, we don't call them on time and we start losing momentum. And other times the rotations are very questionable. I still don't like the 3-guard lineups. Even if we have a 20-point lead, I don't like it because any team that has wings and talented players will make a comeback on us, right? And even build on their own lead if they have a lead. So it's all good. Look, listen, bottom line is we play the Rockets tomorrow. That had better be a win, right? But I'm very proud of the fact that this Laker team has not lost back-to-backs since the trade deadline. That's huge. That's the mark of a really good team. When they've been winning 2, 3 in a row and then losing 1, 2, 3 in a row, losing 1. That's a recipe for success because that means we make adjustments. And like AD said, he took accountability for the last game. He came out here and had a monster game, right? So yeah, we're tied for 8 with Dallas. Absolutely, bro. Johnny said, going to the Rockets game, can't wait. Get us a victory, baby. Get us a victory. Now the question is, and I don't want to talk pregame yet because we got pregame tomorrow, but should the Lakers rest or play Anthony Davis? What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section. I say play him, and when we have a huge lead in the second half, sit him unless we start losing it again like tonight, then you play him again. You got to play him kind of like sparingly. She said, I really, really hope Dennis doesn't come back even when he's bad. Ham plays him too much. Well, look, Dennis, for what he's getting paid, has been tremendous, but I do agree that even when he does play, and sometimes he looks sloppy. Like in that third quarter when he came in, he was just turning the ball over. Looked like he doesn't want to run back at times. I don't like that. So I agree with you there. But for the price point, I will still take him. I respectfully disagree. However, I understand your concern because Dennis can get really sloppy. However, I'll counter that with he's had more good games, closing out games for us, especially in the injuries, than bad games. And I feel like off the bench, his mistakes aren't as bad as starting, right? But I understand your concern 100%. Says that's Dennis is very suspect with his efforts at times, and that's what gets very discouraging, right? Like you need to always bring that 110% effort, especially off the bench. I mean, you got all that energy. You should be able to come in and just provide that spark for us. So yeah, I feel you on that in that sense, right? But still, regardless, look, we're a very potent team. Again, Troy Brown Jr. needs to, he was playing phenomenal in the last couple games. He kind of fell off a little bit. Rui has been great off the bench, 20 minutes, 12 points. Dennis only 3 points and 3 assists in 19 minutes. He's going to have to step up to Tara's point right there. But overall, I mean, think about it. Not a lot of teams can say they go on the road and they dominate from end to end. We never really relinquished the lead once we got it. Then the type of games I want the Lakers to be in. If I'm really nitpicking at this point because, like I said, the rotations were a bit off from Darvin and, towards the end especially. And we had one of those horrendous third quarters. Now, I don't know what's being done in the locker room, but we need to cut those. We need to nip those because if we're playing a better team, that could have been our demise. Imagine losing a 35-point lead and losing the game. We would have been sick to our stomach. So we don't even want to be close. I'm glad it never came down to single digits. Lakers did a good job of every time they made a run, we countered. So credit to the Lakers on that. But we do need to develop a better killer mentality because we really should. Our mentality should have been it was 0-0 after the half. And they outscored us by a lot, right? That's why they came back. But still, they outscored us by 20 points in the second half. We can't have that because if it was a tie game at the half, we would have lost by 20. You get what I'm saying? So we got to treat every half with the same sense of urgency. But I love the way we played the first half. It was a berserker barrage, Marvel's Capcom 2 reference right there. We came out here and we just we dropped some dimes on them. I mean, everybody was shooting lights out. And we finally saw what this Laker team could be when they're firing on all cylinders. We're talking AD came out and set the tone. We're talking D'Angelo came out here as a floor general, making the right passes, leading guys to their buckets. We're talking Malik Beasley shot lights out. Vando played excellent defense. And now all we're missing now is LeBron James. If all those things come together, watch out, Western Conference, because let's be honest, with the Ja Morant issue and Kevin Durant injury with the Suns, the West is wide open again. And now the Nuggets have lost 4 in a row. So the West is wide the heck open, man. And, I'm ready. I'm ready for us to take over this mug. He said, Dan, you said AD needs a 30 bucket to win the game. I told you, man. Usually when he goes off like this, man, we get that dub. So we know that the key to success is our leader, Anthony Davis, when LeBron is not there, to take over these games and do what he has to do. And that's exactly what he did, man. He came out here and, he gave him the business from the beginning. I mean, he was 5 for 5 to start the game. And we usually go as he goes. And like I said, basketball is a very, infectious sport. He started shooting lights out. Next thing you know, D'Lo was shooting lights out. Next thing you know, Malik Beasley had 7 3-pointers at the half shooting lights out. So, we have a much better team on both ends of the floor. And again, to do this on the road, to be able to hold the Pelicans to 108 on the road is very awesome, right? Stat-wise, check this out. We shot 18 for 39. That's 46% from beyond the arc. They shot, and this is at home, we held them to 11 for 43. That's 25%. So that's credit to the Lakers defense again, man. Remember, this is a defense that used to give up wide open threes. This is a defense that used to, come out here half-assed at times and get rolled over, especially on the road. And now we're turning into an elite defense again, number one since the and just as predicted. I told you guys why I did not want Anthony Davis to play in that fourth quarter. Brad Turner just reported that Anthony Davis will not play tomorrow at Houston. So all of a sudden, that game, becomes a lot more intense because with our main advantage is sitting out, and that's a young, hungry team who has beat good teams before, right? So even though they're tanking, they're not going to roll over, right? So this is why I am disappointed that we had to play AD in the fourth. No AD tomorrow, so to be expected. And I figured this is why I said at halftime my key was, for the Lakers was not to play AD in the fourth, and we failed in that aspect. But hey, I'll take the win however I can get it, and I believe we still have enough to win tomorrow. Now, if I'm the Lakers, I'm signing somebody right now, to cover some of them backup big man minutes. I don't know who's going to start or whatnot. Maybe Rui starts in his place, but it'll be interesting. Noel said Ham confirmed AD is not playing versus Houston. Yep, confirmed. You guys heard it here first. That's what I'm saying, though. You got to be very careful about the way you manage games if you're Darvin Ham, right? You let the lead get away. You didn't call timeouts during the right times. And now as a result, we don't have our main superstar for tomorrow's game, which is equally as important as today's. We got to win them both, right? So got to win. And I'm not surprised. They've been doing this all year long with AD and LeBron. They've been sitting them on back-to-backs. But my hope was that we played so good in the first half tonight that we would blow them out. And by the fourth, he wouldn't have to see no time and maybe play tomorrow, right? So D'Lo has to cook tomorrow. Ham, Vanderbilt's defense, I think, will definitely help. Remember, now with no rim protection in the paint, guys like Sengun are looking to have big games. Guys like that are going to come in here, and we don't have Mo Bamba either. So that becomes a much tougher game, but we still have it in the bag if we come out here and we execute, right? Now, we got plenty of shooting. We got plenty of defense still. Not a lot of rim protection. Vando now becomes our designated rim protector. But, this is why I would sign another backup big man. You can never have enough of those. Moses Brown would be nice. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? AD has to say, no, he has to play. Nah, man, they're not going to risk him off of a back-to-back. They're looking at the bigger picture. And to be honest with you, if Sengun doesn't play, if Angie is right that Sengun is questionable for tomorrow, then all of a sudden my worry goes away because now it's a battle of the guards. And nothing personal against Houston, but I like our guards better. He said Vando is so bad defensively today. Not really. He did his job. He did his job on Brandon Ingram. Now I know Brandon Ingram's coming off of an injury, but still, Brandon Ingram can go off on anybody. And Vanderbilt held him to a very contested 22 points. So that he did his job, in my opinion. So I respectfully disagree there. He said we legit don't have a center. I know, man. I know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough tomorrow. But hey, I believe in this team. The way we came out shooting, I think we can beat anybody. And even though Anthony Davis is our main advantage and he's going to be out tomorrow, I still think we have more than enough to get it done versus Houston. It is the Houston Rockets after all. But again, our main advantage is gone now. Keith said it's a very risky move to sit AD tomorrow. This changes the team dynamic on both ends. I'm concerned because it seems like Ham has already conceded that the Lakers will win. Yeah, you cannot come in with that mentality. We got to come out here. And we have to know that while teams tank, right? And I'm not going to get into it. I'll save it for pregame. But while teams tank, the Houston Rockets still have a lot of pride. They got a lot of young talent that I'll talk about tomorrow during tomorrow's pregame. But yeah, the game just became a lot more competitive with no Anthony Davis. But look, we got D'Lo, right? We still got Austin Reeves off the bench. We still got, Dennis. We still got plenty of guys who can help us close. And obviously, if Malik Beasley plays like he did today, we should be straight. We still got Vando who's going to get after it. It should be a fun game. He says Sengun may be out, but wouldn't be surprised if he plays like every hurt player when teams play the Lakers. That's true, Gregory. But remember, we got some better defenders. I know we're missing our anchor, but we'll figure it out. Houston is tanking on purpose. I know that, but the players never tank. It's always the front office. If the players can sneak in a win, especially against the Lakers, we always got a target on our back. If they can sneak in a win, they will, guys. So make no mistake, it's going to be a dogfight, and the Lakers got to make sure that we impose our will early on tomorrow. But again, I'll save that for pregame tomorrow. He said, hopefully Vando and Wenyan step up on the boards. They are capable. We're very capable. Very, very capable. He said, Rockets have no incentive to win. They want Wemby. Front office probably will sit players to for Houston. We'll see. Because recently the Rockets did beat somebody good. I don't remember who it was. I think they beat the Celtics. So don't think that the players won't play hard, no matter who, So, yeah, it's going to be a tough game regardless. But, hey, we're out for the challenge. We're not afraid of nobody. We've been doing this all season long with and without injuries, right? So AD sits. If we win, it won't be a problem. If we lose, we'll look back at the poor execution that we had this game. Be like, damn, if we only would have executed, But hopefully we won't lose. Hopefully we'll keep it rolling, baby. Because you know what, this Laker team has what it takes. Arthur, appreciate the cash app, man. He said Lonnie in the doghouse, 1.30 seconds of PT, 1 minute and 30 seconds of PT. I don't know if he's in the doghouse so much as they just picked him to be the odd man out. So I don't know if he's in the doghouse, but he's definitely the odd man out right now. And I hope that he can work his way back into the rotation because at times he outplays certain guards that are playing right now. At times, not tonight. Tonight, the decision paid off to trust Malik Beasley. It paid off big time with 7 threes, man. That's huge. And here's the crazy part, man. We've become such a great three-point shooting team that it would be rare if a player hit 3 to 4 3-pointers in a game. Now we got guys like D'Lo hitting back-to-back 6 3-pointers in back-to-back games, and now Beasley tops him with 7. So we got plenty of capable shooters now. But it's all about flow and rhythm. The team goes as the team goes, right? If guys start shooting poorly, I feel like it's infectious. If guys start off shooting hot, that's why it was incredibly important that Anthony Davis balled out, because when your leader starts out hot, the rest follows suit. So tomorrow, again, I'll save it for pregame, but there's going to be several keys to beating the Rockets, right? It's still the NBA. Hey, Dan, our weakness is our rookie coach. Need to stop momentum calling. One thing I didn't like he did here was that, we finally getting momentum and he calls a timeout. I'm like, why the timeout, coach? It's like within 4 minutes or so. It's like, okay, we just got the steal. Let the Lakers play it out, right? Another thing I didn't like tonight, if we're really going to be nitpicky, because I'm very proud of this team overall, but if we're going to be nitpicky, another thing that I did not like was the fact that the Lakers, they weren't dribbling out the clock. They weren't waiting to go under 10 seconds before they attacked. At times they were going with 15 seconds on the shot clock. And it's like, you guys do know you're up by a whole lot, right? And that's how you let teams in the game, right? Because you speed it up for them and they speed it up. So now, you're playing defensive basketball. Defensive basketball means you're sitting on a lead, hoping it doesn't disintegrate. That's also dangerous, right? So there's a fine balance you have to find between milking the clock and actually running it some plays, right? Some offense. So a couple rookie mistakes by the coach and some of the players. Hopefully we'll get that situated. Bottom line is we dominated tonight. Let's celebrate tonight, guys. Let's not hop into tomorrow. Celebrate it, man. We now tied with the Dallas Mavericks for 8th seed in the West, right? And there's a bunch of games with implications right now. The Trailblazers are up on the Knicks by 13, but that could flip around, right? That could flip around. And then the Bucks are actually beating the Suns. So might the Suns be somebody we should look at to fall down? Because, look, the Suns currently have 31 losses, right? So if they get a couple more losses, we'll be right there fighting for their spot. So he said, yeah, would have been nice to see Lonnie Walker get some minutes, especially when we had a big lead in the third quarter. I'm almost all but certain he will get some big minutes tomorrow, right? I'm almost all but certain he's going to get some huge minutes tomorrow. So when he does get those minutes, he has to make the most of them and prove to the coaching staff that he's very capable so he can get back into the rotation. I believe in Lonnie. I also believe in Max Christie. He hasn't gotten too much PT, odd man out, but that just shows you that we have a lot of depth, right? So hopefully those guys get back on track. My guy said, a win is a win. I will take it. So will I, man. I'm not complaining at all. If we're just nitpicking, that stuff is for future reference, right? It's for future teams that we play. Not everybody's going to be the struggling Pelicans, right? So, we gotta find out how to stretch leads, not play to protect them, right? There's a difference between that. You stay aggressive, like you got to come out with the mentality that it was, 0-0 at the half. That's the best way to play basketball, right? They came out here, they got lazy on some passes, gave up some transition buckets. In the second half, we came out here and we threw up some ill-advised shots. We did a lot of one-on-one, and I'm like, what really got us the lead was team ball in the first half. And that's how we gave up a lot of the lead in the second half. We did a lot of ISO between Rui, D'Lo. We won a lot of one-on-one. So I want us to not go away from what's working, just because we feel like we have it in the bag. It's never over till it's over. Remember that. I've seen crazier things in the NBA. So hopefully the Lakers they do learn from this. And thank God it didn't really cost us anything. But again, tomorrow we face the Rockets, another must-win game. Every game at this point is must-win as much as we can. We should not lose to the Houston Rockets. I don't care if half of our roster is playing or if we have to suit up some of the assistant coaches or something. It doesn't matter. Let's go out here, get a win, execute, and play with a sense of urgency. Alex said, Dan, regardless of what we do this year, I'm happy going forward with this team with just AD as our star. Next season, we just need to be healthy and we can compete with anybody. Absolutely, man. That's the beautiful thing about this trade deadline, bro. To add to your point, is that we are now going to be competitive for years to come. And I know the rest of the league was put on notice after that amazing half we had, right? We were whooping the Pelicans by 35 at one point in their house, right? With most of their guys healthy. Not all of them. I don't think they played Alvarado tonight and no Zion, but we're missing LeBron, which is one of the biggest cogs, one of the biggest pieces in the NBA. So, it kind of evens out a bit. It still shows you that we're hella deep, man. We're a super deep team. Mind you, we were struggling to even beat the Pelicans when we had he who will not be named anymore on this channel because we don't want to give him any more attention. And when we had Patrick Beverly, right? We were struggling to even beat this team. I think they even beat us once this season. So now that's back-to-back blowout wins after the trade deadline, and it really shows you can really gauge how far we've come. This tonight makes us 9 out of 13? 9 out of 13 games, right? 9 out of 13 games we have won, and again, we are one game below 500. Hopefully tomorrow is the day we finally get over 500 because we need that, right? So, boy, we got shooters, we got defense, we got size, even though some of that is injured now, right now. But we got some great size. I mean, you're talking about 6'8", 6'9", LeBron James coming back. That's some size, some more bully ball going on there, better floor spacing and all of that. We have 7-footers. Mo Bamba's currently hurt, but when he comes back, he'll add some more depth to this front line. And again, we still have an open roster slot. Who would you guys like to see? I will ask you guys right now. Who would you guys like to see be added to this team right now? Right? I'd love to know. I know who I would like, but I'd love to know who you guys would like with the 15th final roster spot. Been hearing rumors, of a couple of 7-footers, but 10-day contracts type stuff. But Alex, I appreciate the super chat, brother. Thank you. Reggie said, good stress-free game tonight. Salute, Dan. Salute, brother. How you doing, man? How you doing, Reg? Dog. Boogie. Who's our backup center tomorrow? I don't know. They should just sign somebody just for tomorrow. Boogie would be solid. What happened to Bamba again? He twisted his ankle. Serge Ibaka or Favors? Yep, that's one of my favorite right there. Juancho Hernan Gomez would be awesome too. Whiteside, I heard he's going to play overseas. Dwight Howard would be solid, but I prefer Serge Ibaka. He said not over 500. We'll be at 500 with a win tomorrow. Correction. That's what I said. I said we'll be at 500. That's exactly what I said, Tyrone. He said early fourth quarter gave me Westbrook PTSD. Nah, man, the whole third, man. We've been having bad third quarters, so hopefully tomorrow's not one of those days. He said Favors, Cousins, Dwight, Aldridge. You know what? Those are all great names, Angie, except for Aldridge. I'm not sure how much he has left in the tank. He's more of an offensive guy anyways at this point. But yeah, I prefer Favors would be solid. That's a name I haven't heard a lot. Cousins, I'm kind of on the fence about because I heard he was out of shape when he worked out for us. Dwight, I'm always in favor for an ex-Laker champion. But yeah, Serge is one of my favorites. Reg Dog says, I say go get Serge. Why not? He can defend the rim. At this point of his career, I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but he surely he can, be as good, if not better than Wenyen Gabriel in the paint, right? We're talking about a legit 7-footer who's been known to block shots in his career. So even if he gives us DeAndre Jordan type vibes, at least he'll have limited minutes, right? As far as like just being old and over the hill. What about Vernon Carey Jr.? Listen, Carl, I'm willing to take a flyer on any 7-footer at this point. Any 7-footer. Serge Ibaka always has back problems. Ibaka problems. Man, listen, I'd much rather have a body there, even if it's limited on PT, than having nobody there, literally. Because, again, tomorrow is a perfect example. We're going up against the Rockets. We don't know what they're, who they got equipped over there. But we don't have AD tomorrow night. So we're going to need any sort of size to back us up because the last thing we want is Sengun to come back from injury and drop a 40-piece, and now it's a ball game down the stretch. We don't want, Jalen Green to walk in the paint and get a highlight every time, stuff like that, right? We don't want to give, an inexperienced team life in their home court because then it becomes harder to win that game. Now, I have no doubt that we will win that game tomorrow, but I just don't want it to be that hard. I want it to be kind of like tonight where we control the tempo from beginning to end, right? Sengun not playing tomorrow, most likely. Let's hope not, Johnny. But that'll be a topic that we will address tomorrow. I don't know who's playing today or tomorrow. We'll have that the official updates tomorrow. But I appreciate you, brother. You said Gabriel is getting cooked tomorrow. Well, we don't know that. Wenyan has been solid at times. You know, he started a couple of games between last season and this season. He's been solid at times. So we don't know if he'll get cooked. But yes, he's not a legit 7-foot center that you would ideally play. But then again, it is the Rockets. So we don't know, right? Gabriel said, great win for the Lakers. Only thing is the Lakers cannot do against any team is relax with a big lead, continue to be aggressive like it's 0-0. Absolutely. And that's just us nitpicking, right? Obviously, we win by a lot. We win on the road versus a team that's been hungry to make the playoffs. So, you know, I'm happy, man. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm not disappointed by today's win at all. You can never be disappointed. A win is a win, whether we win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. The words of the great Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious 1, right? So that applies in everything in life, right? Winning is winning. You know, when you first take your driver's license test, if you pass by one question or all of them, winning is winning, baby. So very proud of the team. They took care of business. Now we got to do the same thing again tomorrow and on Friday, because you know what? The West is not easy, man. Guys they're keeping pace, right? It looks like the Thunder won tonight, so they're keeping pace. Right? It looks like the Trailblazers are currently up by 10 on the Knicks, so they're keeping pace. Luckily, the Bucks are beating the Suns, so that's something to watch out for. The Suns could be sliding off the top of the West, so that's good news there. But overall, man, tonight if we take care of business, we will be controllers of our own destiny, right? And like I said, my target goal out of the last 14 games before tonight was to win 10 out of 14. If we can do better than that, even better. But so far, 1 down, 9 more to go, right? 9 more wins to me should secure you a top 8 spot in the West. Should. Keyword should. If they keep pacing, who knows what happens? But maybe 10, 11 games. Who knows? But bottom line is that's what we need to keep doing. We're trending upwards. We've now won 9 out of 13. Hopefully tomorrow will be 10 out of 14, etc., etc. Yes, Anthony Davis is officially confirmed to be out tomorrow. Yes, I got you guys more on updates tomorrow. Now, I would not be shocked if the Lakers sign a 10-day contract guy overnight and have him suit up for the Lakers just in case we need a backup big or something. I wouldn't be shocked, but I also wouldn't be shocked if they just roll out with what they have, right? He said they need Vandal to guard the Rockets' best players not to play center. And that's probably what's going to happen, Tina. That's probably what's going to happen, is that he's going to guard whoever's going off tomorrow. I mean, that's the luxury of having somebody like Vanderbilt. You know, it's no accident that we were able to keep the Pelicans to 108 points in their own house upon the arrival and the return of Brandon Ingram, right? So, again, just the other night, I think Herb Jones went off for like 40 points. So, again, Lakers continue to dominate defensively, and as a result, get this victory, right? He said, we only need the Clippers and the Warriors to dip a little in the standings. Man, I'll take anybody dipping, bro. As long as the Lakers keep rising and everybody else keeps dipping, you know, that's what I call chips and dip, baby. Let them dip so we can get the chip. Alex said, great bounce back game from Bees. Huge game from Bees. I was just talking back to some fans that were saying he doesn't deserve to be on the roster. I said, let's give him time. Yeah, he's young. Maybe bench him, right? If he's inconsistent, you got to bench him. But credit to Coach Darvin Ham here. I feel like we're very hard on him, but we don't give him credit where credit is due. And the fact of the matter is that he's done a tremendous job developing young talent, giving them the green light and installing that confidence in them. I mean, we heard what he told Bees in one of the first games when we acquired him. He said, player, don't turn down nothing but your collar. You know, out here sounding like a pimp. So, you know, it's awesome to have a coach who can empower players, in contrast to the previous coaches who really didn't have no connection and players didn't like them, right? So this is some you know, breath of fresh air. Now, if he could just get his decision making, his rotations, and he's not using challenges. I don't know why. It's like the third straight night where he doesn't even use a challenge. Somebody needs to remind him or wave the flag in front of his face or something, man, because he needs to use those challenges. But overall, I mean, he's been a great motivator, especially for the younger guys. I mean, Austin Reeves having a career year since his rookie season. Bees is getting empowered. D'Angelo's out here looking like the best version of himself. I mean, we're getting results from the guy. So at the end of the day, that's what you want mainly. But overall, man, there's still room for improvement for this coach. You know, I'm not like over the hill. I'm not over the moon with this guy yet, but I do want to be. I want him to improve, and hopefully he can do that. Tomorrow, he's going to have to show his coaching prowess because with no Anthony Davis, you don't have a guy you could just dump the ball down low to go get you a bucket. So now you got to draw up some X's and O's and some plays and figure out who's going to be your go-to. I expect D'Angelo to be our floor general tomorrow and to run things, right? Set the table for guys. Does a tremendous job of setting guys up in positions to score, whether it's leading them towards the bucket. For example, tonight he had a very beautiful play where he lobbed the ball over the top of the defender to Anthony Davis, and then he just caught it and pump fake, went up with it and won. Get him started going early, right? So D'Lo does a great job of that. Now it's up to the role players to knock down their shots and play tremendous defense, right? Gabriel said, I'm overall pleased with the new roster and player D'Angelo Russell on offense is explosive. Vanderbilt on defense. Beasley continues to shoot. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, these guys have had an impact every other night. You know, D'Angelo back-to-back games the last 2 games has been tremendous. We really should have beat the Knicks after his performance, 33 points. And the one before that, he was tremendous as well. Vanderbilt has been tremendous defensively almost every game, really every game. And Beasley has already contributed towards 2 wins, right? I'm counting them because the first one, I think he had 25 points, led us when LeBron played. That was the only game that I think everybody played, AD, D'Angelo, Beasley. And then the second game was tonight. So we need more of this from him, but I'll take it where I can get it because, come on, man. These guys combined have already made more of an impact than Russell Westbrook did. Oh, I said I wasn't going to mention his name. My bad. Said player did all, last season and the first half of this season combined. So that was a huge win for us. He said Dennis has to have 17 to 22 points tomorrow for sure. We just need him not to get sloppy, take care of the basketball because we've been doing a tremendous job, since we got D'Angelo Russell back of keeping the turnovers down. Again, tonight, what do we have? We only had, we had 16 tonight, so we did kind of mess up in the second half. But in the first half, we were doing a great job. So we need to keep taking care of the basketball. He's the type of player, he can get hot, and then he can give you a 20-piece plus, right? But what I'm expecting from him is just to be a smart, heady player. Don't force anything. And use your, burst of speed to get to the basket and finish. And we should be straight tomorrow. But again, we'll break it down tomorrow, man. He said, didn't the Rockets beat the Celtics? Yes, they did. Listen, it's the NBA. Any given night, any team can win. We know that, right? But the bottom line is, if the Lakers continue playing this way, it's a blueprint for success. They've been exceptional since the trade deadline. Again, only losing 4 games in total. That's huge. And we've won 9, right? So, again, what is it? 9 out of 12? Or, no, 9 out of 13. So, yeah, we've only lost 4 games and won 9. If we can duplicate that, the final 13 games of the season, we're going to have a nice standing in the West. And then hopefully LeBron comes back and it all comes down together. Again, this season's starting to remind me a lot of the 2020 championship year in a sense that the Lakers were a top 3 team to start the year, and then they fell off a little bit due to injuries. I think AD went out, and I think LeBron missed some games. And then the pandemic hit, and it gave us time to rest. It was kind of like a silver lining. We rest a little bit, and then we hit that bubble. We hit the ground running when we hit that bubble. And we were just focused. I think this team is similar, where we struggled at first, right, especially due to injuries and obviously certain players that weren't fitting in. And then we make the trade. Now we're hitting our stride, while certain players rest, and then hopefully it all culminates towards a successful postseason when we get there. But we still got room for improvement. That's a scary part. We're dropping 70 points on the Pelicans in the first half while holding them to 40, and we still have a lot of room for improvement. Think about that, right? The league should be put on notice because the Lakers are the real deal, man. But anyways, guys, I just want to give a major shout out to my sponsor, Prize Picks. Shout out to you guys. You guys have been tremendous. This channel's been growing crazy, man. Shout out to everybody who's contributed to Around the League as well. It's been awesome. We're going to have it again this Thursday. Now, I'm thinking of just doing a one-on-one with you guys this Thursday because I haven't, been able to answer questions. I don't want to interrupt the guys when they're talking. They have great takes and all of that. So I'm considering doing one-on-one Around the League and then going back to the regular format of inviting folks the next week, right? So I'll think about it from here to Thursday, but I'm sure they have a lot to say as well. So, it's still up for debate. But I do appreciate y'all, man. You guys have been tremendous. Tremendous. Gabriel said, Dan, how do you feel about getting Hassan Whiteside? I'm open-minded at this point about almost anybody who we acquire. Now, we don't need any more guards. I would be pissed off if we got another guard, right? But we could use another big for sure, man. For sure, we could use another big. Now, if it's Whiteside, I'd be a little skeptical but open-minded and kind of excited to see what he has. Um, who else is available out there? Is Noel still available? What about? I know Serge Ibaka's there. I'd like him. Hernan Gomez is there. I'd like him. DeMarcus, I'd take a flyer on, but it'd be more of a 10-day contract just to see what he's got, and so on and so forth. My man said, thanks for sharing the basketball love. It's all love, baby. It's all love. It's been a blast. I don't trust Whiteside. Me neither, but that's why I'm saying a 10-day contract, see what he's got. Plus, he's an extra body. Is he disciplined? Who knows? But, you know, everybody got to play better around LeBron. So the best thing about this game is giving the Pelicans another loss, as it possibly they are not going to get our pick. You're right, Angie. It feels great to beat a team that wants to swap you out for their pick, right? So that means most likely we'll end up with a better record. And most likely, right, if things continue to happen as they are, barring anything crazy changing, they'll end up with a higher pick, but there won't be no pick swap. So that's good news. He said Noel with the Nets. Noel with the Nets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would have liked him over here for sure. Leonard. Myers Leonard already signed. I think they officially inked them to a rest of the year contract with the Bucks. Yeah, but the Lakers must not like what they saw because he worked out for us. Where's Damian Jones? That dude got cut or traded. I forgot already. Did he get traded or cut? I think he got cut early in the season. He said, can Dwight break his overseas contract? I'm not sure. That's a good question. That is a good question, man. I wonder. Maybe he could, but he might have to pay some penalties and fees. I don't know how that works. But to be honest with you, man, whoever we get, it's not going to play too many minutes. So they have to know that because Mo Bamba's coming back. LeBron's coming back. The rotation is already getting shortened, right? Guys are already getting snubbed. So whoever comes has to be aware that they're going to get limited minutes, but they could be a part of something bigger, maybe a deep championship run, maybe all the way. So he said, got some Demon Slayer and some badass DBZ posters in the back. Yes, sir, man. Hey, I got nothing but goats and back there. You see Muhammad Ali back there, Bruce Lee back there. We got obviously Vegeta, one of my favorite characters. Got some Demon Slayer. Love Demon Slayer. Can't wait for that the new story arc coming out. I think it's later on this month, right? He said Jonas was traded in the Russ trade, Dan. Jones was traded, sorry. Yeah. I forget. See, this dude really didn't play much. I even forgot about him. I forgot about his existence, sadly, right? Nobody knows the top secret. What? I'm not even going to repeat that. I don't know what that means. Good taste, my brother. Thank you, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, bro. Boogie Cousins, just keep what we got. Nah, we could add another piece for sure. For sure, we could add another piece. That's for sure. Because look, guys, we need able bodies. With all these injuries, it doesn't hurt to add another able big body who could set screens, get rebounds, and do some dirty work down low. Somebody said Derek Favors. I'd love to have him. I don't know why he's not in the league. This dude's always set tough screens and been a decent post player. He said Whiteside and Brandon Knight went to Puerto Rico to play with the team there. Hey, well, in that case, I wish them the best. They weren't on my wish list anyways. But anyways, guys, it's going to wrap it up for me. Again, major shout out to Prize Picks, man. Promo code DTLF. You guys know what it is. If you guys want 100% deposit match, guaranteed up to $100. It could be between 5 and 100. Up to y'all, man. Whatever y'all want to play for free with. But again, I appreciate y'all, man. Please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, as it truly helps the Laker family to keep growing and this channel to keep, just pushing out the most content I possibly can. And then tomorrow we got another pregame coming up, followed by, again, Around the League Thursday. I might do the format a little different. Might do one-on-one with y'all, man, because usually I interact with my guests, but I don't want to snub you guys either. So I might, alternate from here on out. We'll see. But again, appreciate y'all, man. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Go Lakers, baby. Enjoy this victory. Go have a nice dinner, man. Whatever it takes to enjoy the rest of your night. And then I'll see you guys here tomorrow for pregame. All right. Peace out.